Guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be journaling the introduction to March. And so what I've realized is not that February was a short month, but that I just didn't fill up my book. And so I'm going to go ahead. I thought about trying to just put in some images that I'm loving at the time, but I decided, some journals are just going to be where you don't use up an entire one journal for the month. So I'm totally and completely okay with that. So being that it's March and being that it's St. Patrick's Day, we have to add all the clovers and all the greens. So I love this paper. This is a paper pack from that I've used for a while. It's the calendar. I want to say excuse the pronunciation, but the Antiquity, I believe. I love this paper. It's one of my favorite stacks of papers that I have purchased. Um, so I'm just going to I'm actually going to create like a pocket on this one page here because I actually am going to be doing like a fun little bingo put out by Paper Pippi. And so I wanted to have a pocket for that. And then I also just I love having like either an envelope or a pocket at the beginning of my journals that I can add just different kind of things that I want to reference throughout the month. So I'm just putting this. This is actually two-sided cardstock, so it's a little bit thick. So I'm gonna have to add some washi to make some adjustments on it in just a moment. But right now I'm just adding some gelatos to the right side, and I'm going to just kind of do a combination of different colors because I am going to put my BBG girl, my Big Brave Girl sticker on that side. And I don't know what's causing that shadow on the right side of my paper. So sorry, you guys, I have no idea what that was. And if I would have saw it, I would have fixed it. But um, it's too late now. So I'm just adding a variance of colors. This is like one of my favorite techniques, and I'm so glad that Journal with Dolly showed me how to do this on one of her videos. So just taking the gelatos and I'm getting a baby tissue, a baby wipe, and I'm just mixing in the colors this way. I love how adding just the different um, colors um, kind of gives it a grassy look anyway. So again, with it being spring this month, the beginning of spring, and although we had some really, really crazy cold weather this last month, it is definitely feeling like spring here in Central Texas. In fact, we had lots of nice, warm, humid temperatures, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this, but it's coming whether we want it to or not. I think after that cold spot, everybody's happy to have some warmer weather. But so I ordered some washi from Amazon. I say that I didn't have a lot of plant grassy themed washi. I had lots of green, but I ordered just a pack of variants green washi from Amazon, and so I'm just giving it a try with this page here. And yeah, just kind of securing that pocket in place. Again, I used extreme glue along the edges, so I feel very comfortable with it sticking. It's just that I want to kind of smooth out those edges as well. But speaking about February, I am almost finished with it, you guys. I think I have little bit more journaling to do, and I have the very last page or last weekend, which was a few days ago, that I actually think I'm going to do a video on to kind of go with the journal your story prompts that I've been doing. I know all month it just has been February was a very strange month, it seemed like. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up my final page with doing another video there, and then I will do a flip through. I always promise a flip through, and I know I'm very delinquent on doing a lot of that, but I always feel like I have to have my book complete. And in fact, over the weekend, I had hoped to finish up the last couple of days in my December daily. Yes, December, you guys. And um, I didn't even touch my December journal. I played in this journal the whole time. Um, so that was kind of I know I promised you guys, but I will definitely do this one because I'm so happy I only have a few more days. And even January, I'm still kind of playing quote unquote catch up on that. But I think sometimes you just have to get to the point that you're moving on, and if you get to it, you get to it. If not, that's okay too. So, this is actually a foamy. That's the brand foamy, but the artwork is Mindy Lacefield. It's a little yellow crown, and it says "Never Grow Up." And so, I've been playing around with these. I think last time I used actually ink pad, and so I'm giving this a roll with some paint. Now, what you'll see is what I realized is with this yellow paint and this kind of stamp, it really is not going to show up on the paper. I'm going to put it on that clover paper, but you'll see here in a minute how I kind of work out those details. But I love the stamp. I think it's super cute. I hadn't used it yet, but I think next time I might use it not on a pattern paper and also on so yeah, that's kind of my decision is I'm going to try next time with a stamp pad and then um but this one, it makes the shape. You kind of can see it when we get done here. But yeah, check out Foamies, especially there's a lot of different artists on there, and I love Mindy Lacefield's art, but I know that um, Balazar Designs is on there. So yeah, they have a lot of really cute foam stamps to select from. Um, so yeah, so this is kind of a adventure month, I guess, because one, we are moving into a new season, and it's always nice to kind of change seasons and start a new type month anyway. But anyway, I have these really adorable, sparkly um, little hot air balloons. I think I might actually add them in an upcoming kit. I don't know yet, but I had to try it out and use it as like a little tab. They're kind of felt on the bottom and sparkly on top, but I thought that would kind of give it a little bit of dimension to where it's kind of like a tab, but not your regular old tab, a sparkly tab. So yeah, so I'm just kind of I'm just playing around with trying to get some of that excess paint off so I can come in here and try to define that crown a little bit better. I think, like I said, the pattern paper was not a good idea for printing that out, but it is what it is, so that's okay. Um, so yeah, so this month, also a little bit which I'm going to get to, but I want to kind of talk about is I used to, at the beginning of every month, I used to set goals for myself for the month. And seriously, since COVID, I have not even touched the idea. I guess I've still been moving in the direction of, my dreams of doing things, but it just kind of seemed like, I don't know, it just kind of came to a standstill. I think there has been definitely some good things that have come out of COVID. I've realized I've gotten to take a step back and kind of reevaluate how I want to spend my time and what I want to focus my energy on and what I don't want to focus my energy on. But I do miss having those goals and those dreams lists to kind of work towards. I always have something going on in my head, but it's always nice to have it down on paper where you can actually create steps to those goals. But so I'm ready to get back into setting those goals, and so I'm going to actually create a sheet at the beginning of my journals that also talk about that. That way you can get, for me, I can get those ideas and um, on paper and actually create steps into getting towards those steps. Um, so yeah, so this little cute little card, isn't he adorable? I got it in a Happy Mail from Mindy Lacefield. It's a little guy. He looks like a little, total looks like a March guy, right? With his little green hat and his little green shirt and holding the flower. And so I definitely wanted to add him in there. And then that little sparkle clover I had bought some years ago. I think I put them in like a Happy Meal or something like that. And so I just, I found one on my desk or they were in a pile of stuff. And so I'm like, oh, I'm going to put that aside and definitely use it in my March journal. So yeah, so this is the BBG girl, the big brave girl of the month of March. And what basically, I wanted to kind of create a new line of larger stickers because I actually have started adding, I want to be able to have like my go-to stickers that I use on a daily basis, which is like my numbers, my days, and for her, I would use her at the beginning of the month for my journals. So I definitely needed, I keep a binder which has all the stickers that I use um, on a daily basis. So I'm adding to them, and these are 8.5 by 11. So I try to fit as many stickers as I can in that space. But again, this is just kind of, I don't know if this is something as I start kind of gathering ideas of different ones I want to do, like for instance, like having emotions. Because this month I started, or this past month, I started kind of having some really strange off days. And what I mean by that is just not myself, kind of on the ho hum side, just not, I don't know, it's just kind of strange. Just this, I don't know, it just feels different. And so, I, poor Eeyore, I printed out a couple Eeyores and put them in there as marking my days of feeling like this. But you know how he's always like, ho hum. So anyway, but I thought it might be kind of interesting to make some stickers. And plus, I saw that on one of Journal with Dolly's post about, or I think I watched her video and she mentioned something about that as well. That we don't really have, because I always want to be a happy-go-lucky person, but we can't. I don't feel like that's ever the true from here on out. You're gonna have some days that are just off. So anyway, now we moved into the next page. And this is basically kind of like my introduction page. This has my month in it, and my calendar at the beginning of the month. I kind of flipped over really quickly because I started cutting out these great these great images from, I got a printable off of Paper Pippi, and I will put her link down below. She's also the one that had the bingo card that I just kind of stuck in my pocket a minute ago. And she has some journaling prompts in it, and if you, I think you let her know, and then she puts you in for a drawing. So anyway, isn't that card so cute? She's got a bunch of printables, not a bunch, but a few printables on her. Actually, I just looked at the March, so I know she has some from past months, but um, I went ahead and purchased these from her. And what's so cool about these is that they're printable. So, you can print out as many as you like. But I love this green car, and it definitely goes with what I'm going to be doing on this page. Yeah, that little piece right there, I had to like kind of hold. Um, it kept coming up because of the fold of my journal. So I'm gonna actually at the end I'm gonna kind of glue it and fold it and hold my book down. But this is a calendar from Susan Branch. I bought a little miniature calendar from her, and I talked about it in every single one of these intro videos. But basically, I decided to use it. I love her artwork, and so I decided to use her calendars in as an introduction to my book. So I'm just kind of doing a collage here. These little stickers here are actually from the CWR kit this month. This was the February. It's the Tisket a Tasket. And so it basically is, yeah, it's a green and yellow basket, And so I just kind of adding, again, doing like a little collage of flowers, and just, just decorating up this page a little bit for spring is right around the corner, and of course all the green. And the lady graphic there with the milk and cream label that actually also came in Paper Pippi's printables. So now say that all together. And so anyway, yeah, just kind of adding, ready for spring, getting decorating the pages up, and um, doing like a little collage of stickers there. See, there's some of that washi. I meant to mention it earlier, but I absolutely love the this thicker washi tape. At first, when I first started seeing it, this was several years ago, I was like, oh no, I don't like that size. Now I kind of look for it, and I like the wider. One of the things I like about using that wider washi is to kind of do your seams down the middle between the two pages. Um, and so that's always like um, having that wider washi for those pages. I'm just using some Posca markers just to add some lines there. I may come in and do some journaling there. I just wanted to kind of fill up that little space there so I didn't have any white spaces, in particular large white spaces. Um, Now on this left side, I this is where I'm going to be writing my goals. And so I was going to use some lettering, but lettering stickers, but I feel like I knew I had a lot to write and I was like, oh, I can just write them out. So now I leave this blank because again, this is just my preparation pages. Um, I haven't really like finalized my goals just quite yet. In fact, I'm going to work on that after I do this video. So yeah, so check out my Instagram. Again, it'll probably come back and kind of show you guys what I'll be doing in my next video, just to kind of give you a view of what I do. But I'm just using some different color green markers, Crayola markers, nothing special to finish out the letters. So yeah, that's about it. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining me in on this introduction journey. It was fun getting creative with you guys, and I look forward to March.